Welcome to 8th episode of A Star in a Reasonably Priced Aurora MR. You have to say it like that for proper impact. Now, if you are a returning user who has already seen these shows and know everything about it, you can skip to my guest's intro, so you don't have to listen to everything again. There's a chapter there, just use that. But if you are new, in that case, well, in this show, we bring guests from Star Citizen, content creators, friends, streamers, racers, and maybe devs someday. One can hope, right? Bring them, talk to them about their Star Citizen journey, how they found Star Citizen, why they like it so much, and how their content creation journey started. And then we go into the game, and then they do a lap on our very secret racetrack. And then we see how fast they are. They get 3 chances. This is all done live in the stream. And, well, the best person wins, right? So today, there are 2 giveaways happening. One is the long-running giveaway, which is an Avenger Titan t-shirt. And the other one is the MISC Prestige jacket, racing jacket, which we will give away today. Now, to my guest. Well, I am a machinima maker. Even though my YouTube is completely dead, still, I've said it.
3.
Okay, wait, let me do this. Let's go to my guest. Retake, guys. After I introduce Fat. Come on, Fat.
Let me mute my mic for a second. Sorry.
There's a thing going on. I'm gonna try saying this quite a lot. That my YouTube is dead. Let's see how many times I can do it. I'm a machinima maker. Even though my YouTube channel is dead and I struggle to get even 1,000 views, however, I still love Star Citizen machinima, and I hold all the machinima creators in a very high regard. And I have my favorites, but since I started doing machinima, there has been a few other creators who also started around that time, and one of them has become community's favorite. One who is absolutely loved by CIG, by the people who play Star Citizen, everybody who plays Star Citizen, and who has even a little bit of love from machinima. They love this content creator. And we became friends a while back, and we have done many deep dives into my dead YouTube, why I'm not getting views, and it's my favorite thing to do, to rant about it. But today, in Junk Planga. But today, he's here, and I'm going to take my revenge on him by making him do terrible laps in the Aurora MR for being so awesome with machinima. Ladies and gentlemen, none other than not a thin bird, but a very, very fat bird. Welcome.
Well, hello. You're gonna make me blush.
There we are.
So you can see it on my picture. I'm blushing. See? Right there. There it is.
That is Fatbird. As you can see, that truly is Fatbird. Can you just Fat, so that because your face is not there and we can only see your thumbnail, I could have easily stolen your thumbnail and just put it there. Can you do your machinima intro?
Yes. I could even pull the mic over, but let's see. What I usually would do is if you've been here before, welcome back. And if you're new here, my name is Fatbird, and today I'm on Lens Nation stream.
Lo and behold, AI is so good these days. Yeah, welcome Fat. Welcome to A Star in a Reasonably Priced Aurora MR. I hope you're comfortable. Because we have a lot to talk about. Most of the conversation will be about my YouTube that is very, very dead, but I will also let you talk about some of your own things, okay? We shall see how that goes. Yeah? Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah. How is life for you? How is everything, Star Citizen? What's going on?
Life's pretty good, pretty calm. Not too much going on, which is kind of normal for me around this time of the year. Star Citizen, I took a little bit of a break from it for the past 2 weeks. Obviously, with the patch coming up, I'm kind of back into it. But I have been sucked into Arc Raiders for the past 2 weeks, and that's been a nice little switch up. Because I don't normally get too much into multiplayer games these days. Well, specifically shooters like that. I have played Tarkov, but yeah. Anyways, it's been nice to sort of take a break from the filming and get into that game and just play and not worry about what I'm gonna do content-wise with it.
Well, honestly, you spend so much time creating your machinima that how long did it take you to do the Spirit Breaker 2? 6 months? 6 months,
yeah,
right?
It was 6 months from like the first day of shooting to all the editing and finishing it. Kind of 8 months if you consider like the script writing and sort of some of the planning, because it was the idea that started back last November, and then I was like, oh man, this is going to take forever as usual. So then I pivoted to doing the Star Dancer video and then the Redeemer video. So I kind of just was writing it in the background and sort of pushing it off and doing those 2 other videos. But realistically, probably 6 months.
So you took a break from making your own video by creating another video for yourself.
Yes. And it was there was a purpose to it, because I wanted to expand on sort of the background of Turnkey's character, and I was like, well, I think the best way to do it is these little mini vignettes that sort of show why he exists and why he sort of works well with this sort of concept of my own character. And I was like, oh, and it served its purpose, obviously, in the second one, because they are referenced back in the main video. So it's fun to do stuff like that.
I remember you talking about it when you did the Star Dancer video. That was the video, right? Yeah, that you did. And yeah, I can totally understand that. Why would you do that? Before we go any further, now you know that even though my YouTube is dead, how many times is that now? Keep counting. We have
9?
Yeah, we have a thing going on here, guys. So, but I am extremely famous on Twitch. Like at any given time, there is like at least 1,000 people watching me. All you gotta do is remove two zeros from that. So very popular, and there are so many sponsors who are just lined up to sponsor my streams. And just like that, every single episode of Aurora MR is sponsored. And I have a very good sponsor today. So now, before we move the conversation any further, I want to do my sponsor spot. For today's sponsor, ladies and gentlemen. Back in the day when life was simple and people stood on chairs just for pastime and 30K wasn't your salary, the only way we would make money in Star Citizen was by doing bunkers in Spum Suit. Now, I was one of the brave ones. I always did bunkers in my Spum Suit, took down the Nine Tails and looted them for everything. There was one item, however, which I always carried with me. No, not the Coda pistol, but MedPen, today's sponsor. The most useful item in the game, this medical injector, is trusted by 9 out of 10 citizens and accidentally used by the other one. So maybe you've taken a bullet to your knee in one of the ACD facilities, or the Vela car has opened its guts on you, or maybe you tripped on an invisible rock, or simply that the pilot that you trusted was Lens Nation. Well, MedPen has you covered. Just point, press, and put that 2-inch needle right in your arm. Oh, hell's yeah, brother, makes you feel alive. So before your next questionable decision in the words, do pack a MedPen, because instant healing is better than waiting for rescue, especially when all your friends are looting your body. So thank you, MedPen, for sponsoring this stream and the multitudes of times that you have undied me. Go ahead and get yourself MedPens. Use my referral, hashtag #WhoIsLensNation anyway. Upon bulk buying 500 MedPens, you will get 1 MedPen free. That's savings. Stop picking on me.
Very nice.
Yeah, what do you think, man? I'm so popular.
I like it. Great sponsor. I mean, huge. I mean, they cover so much of the verse. It's a fantastic deal you've got.
Yeah, man. It's just blessed. Hashtag blessed.
Really grinding.
Really grinding. Yeah, it's so bad I have to make up my own sponsors, man. But there it is. Yeah. Yeah. Every Aurora episode has a different sponsor. I just enjoy doing these. Okay, sponsors apart, let's carry on the conversation. I ask each and every guest that comes to the show, how did you discover Star Citizen, Fat?
I'm trying to, I've been thinking about this. I'm trying to remember. I feel like it was just one of those things where, obviously, it was, just perusing game channel things, and obviously the Kickstarter came up, and I was always a space fan nerd. I'd play the X games, if you've ever played like X or X2, X3, any of those. I actually think it was around the time I was playing Elite Dangerous is when I heard about Star Citizen. 2019. And obviously just being in that influence of space games, Star Citizen came up. Saw the Kickstarter. I didn't originally pledge the Kickstarter, but I think when they finally had a website and you could do the Aurora, I had pledged at that time. So I think that was like 2016, 2017, but didn't really, I think, actually play it until 2018. And then I think it was like 2019 when I started playing it and kind of became more consistent.
So you probably got it 2016, 2017, but you can check that with your RSA account.
Yeah, and I think I did this before, and I forget, but I am curious now. It should take me a second.
Yeah, have a look while we are having a conversation. Yeah, but then again, when did you actually start playing? Then what year would be that?
Definitely 2019, because it was late that year that I had gotten in contact with Matic, and that got me in the Omni, and then I actually started playing with a group, because at that time, like, I'd only played it solo. I didn't even have any friends that played Star Citizen. And then the reason I reached out actually was, it was like one day I discovered the cinematic camera, and I was like, oh okay, this is kind of neat. And it's funny, I actually just found, that's what I was going to send you, is I found the first recording I did. It was actually in Levski too. Well, it was partly in Area 18, and one shot or two was in Levski, when it originally existed in Stanton. And it was that I remember doing. I was like, oh, this is cool. This, like, the way the camera works really parallels, like, the stuff you can do with an actual camera. And that just sort of caught my attention, and then by chance went on Reddit, saw Matic had posted a promo video for Omni, and I liked the way they did their composition, and I could see that they had, like, some investment in cinematography, and I just reached out, and they gave me an invite to Omni, and the rest is kind of history from there.
So when Fat's talking about Omni, that's the Omni Dynamics org. I am also an affiliate with the Omni Dynamics. A shout out to Omni people, a lot of very creative people, and all the characters that you see, most of the people you hear in Fatbird's videos, they are all from Omni. And Matic, when Fatbird says Matic, that's Enigmatic, a very, very talented Star Citizen player, quite well known in the circles. She does a lot of work for Atmo Esports as well. It's very interesting. I think we actually had a conversation about this off camera, that it was the cinematics camera that hooked you in, and cinematic camera was introduced for Terada by Chris Roberts. So really, you owe it to Terada for you to come to Star Citizen.
That's good to know.
Yeah, because Terada used to do his low-fly videos from the cockpit, and Chris Roberts saw that, and he's like, oh, we need to have external camera. We need the cinematic tools. That's how the story goes. And lo and behold, that feature was introduced. But then, did you ever got into the gameplay, or was it always just cinematics for you?
Oh yeah, because it was that that got me interested in it, and just obviously Star Citizen is such a pretty game at times, but frankly I don't think I really ended up doing much in terms of, like, capturing footage. it was limited to me helping Matic put together like promo videos, which we didn't do that often anyways. I think we did a few contests, but I didn't really like get invested in the actual recording of it, I think, until 2022. So those few years, I was the only thing I do on Star Citizen is just play it. So yeah, I mean, I kind of do both nowadays, which might be surprising because when I'm in the midst of a video, like 90% of my time is spent just working on the video. But I do, shockingly, I do play the game every once in a while.
I know that this discussion should come later, the bugs and the pains of creating a machinima, right? But so this is the one question I want to ask you. Star Citizen is not the only game with cinematic camera. Like GTA has a really good Rockstar editor. So you never tried machinima any other game?
No other game. And I was thinking about this last night because I don't know what it is about this game that makes, I think it's because, to me, and I've experienced other games that do have cameras that you can set up and do certain things with, but the way Star Citizen does it, it might be because of the limitations we have, is the fact that it all feels very manual. So to me, it feels very near and dear in the sense that, like, I'm so used to working as a director of photography, working with other camera operators, or working the camera myself, is like, I have to direct these cameras, tell them, what I want, see what they're getting, their perspective, and the fact that, like, you are the camera yourself, with flying the ships around, putting the camera. There's like all that manual skill involved in it, and I think that's really what draws me in too.
Yeah, Star Citizen does it in that way. Like you are either you are the camera or your ship is the camera. That's very unique, because in Rockstar Editor, you can set up the camera. But one thing in the Rockstar Editor in GTA is very, very cool, that you can do one action sequence. Like you can imagine you drive a car, you drive it through a corner and do a really cool drift, and then you hit a pile of boxes and you go through it. Then you can go to that scene. You can locate the camera anywhere you want, multiple times, keep repeating the same action again and again and again and again and again, and just keep rendering the output from different angles, which is, oh brother, that is very powerful tool, because I started my machinima from GTA.
It's funny, that is something I addressed in my last video where I did sort of the BTS bloopers, and at the end I kind of mentioned, like, yeah, it'd be nice to see that in Star Citizen. Granted, I think from a technical standpoint that'd be very hard to do, because it's already some serious black magic that we can get. People make fun of Star Citizen's physics engine, but in a live environment it's kind of shocking when it works. And I don't know if you've ever tried to record or play back a replay in DCS, and a lot of replay systems suffer from this. Is they're not, when you have a physics system like this, they're not always 100% repeatable in the replay. So if you have a close call, for example in DCS, if you fly really close to a tree, you did it in real time, you missed that tree, you'll go into that replay that your ship is gonna hit the tree. Just because like it's not articulate enough to record all that. I could see Star Citizen suffering from the same thing, but the bigger point here is it's always fun to know that, for example, doing that new Babbage stunt is not only did we pull off the physics, but the camera person was in the right place at the right time, and that's sort of the excitement that tickles the brain, I guess.
I have not experienced, like, at least because that's the only game I've tried other than Star Citizen, that's the GTA. And GTA, I did not experience that. I did that in the GTA 4 and GTA 5. So the replays were very, very cool, because I did some action sequences of people shooting their guns, and I would have the camera very close to the gun, and it will replicate it very nicely. And famously, GTA Rockstar once did a project with Michael Bay of a car chase. And Michael Bay directed that. It was very cool, even though I'm not a big fan of Michael Bay, but his blockbuster action, it was he nailed it in GTA. Very cool stuff.
Right.
Yeah. So GTA's Rockstar editor is like the pinnacle of what a machinima maker needs. There are bands who have done music videos in GTA.
Yeah, I'm surprised. You know, I'd always heard about it. I never tried it. I'm curious. Gosh, I'm sure it probably won't be unreleased, but I'm sure GTA 6 will eventually have a pretty cool engine for doing that. So I'll certainly check it out. That's for sure.
Have a look.
If I'm
Yeah.
feeling it.
Let's come back to Star Citizen because that's why we are here, right? How important is it for you? That do you plan? I know your shooting schedules are very, very long, but do the patches kind of disrupt your shoots?
100%. Like,
please elaborate.
To an annoying degree sometimes. Well, let's see. Because obviously, when we have a patch, there's the LTP reset, and that can be the stress that happens because you're like, okay, am I going to lose the ships I bought in game that I'm using to do this video? And sure, I can get them back, but there goes another X amount of time to get it back, and now I'm delaying the things. And then, you know, I have ships that have particular things done to them that obviously will get wiped. You know, for example, the Redeemer, I had to keep it looking dirty. Same with the 890. It's always this big process of continuity. So then when this patch comes and just resets everything, it was very annoying with the Redeemer because I had the distortion scatterguns on it. Not a big deal generally, or rather pre 4.0, or yeah, was it 4.0 that they changed what was available in shops when they then became only available in CZs. So here I am working on the Redeemer video. Patch wipe happens, and I'm like, great, I got to get back the distortion scatterguns. Now we had to run the CZ about 3 times. That was like, you know, I was like, I just want to get back to shooting it, but now I have to play the game. I'm like, damn it.
It's just but it's good to have an org that supports you, so that it's not that hard for you to procure, but also it gives you kind of a chance to get everything, like to play the game and just enjoy the game a little bit, you know, like, so yeah, in a way it's probably CIG making you play the game.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because, and a lot of people say this whenever they work on videos with me, is like they have a lot of fun working on the videos because I think the style of my videos does lean into taking advantage of the sandbox nature of this game. Like, I'm not doing a narrative on ASD where it's been given to me. It's we're physically having to do these things, you know, like the taking the STV to the desert and trying to get it to avoid the tank. Like, it's all done in real time. Obviously, I do some editing to take the best of it, but it's all like it is literally us playing it, and then I just, you know, I put the machinima spin on it.
Yeah, that's why your behind the scenes video was quite interesting. If anything, I thought it wasn't long enough to show like how much effort went into it. But yeah, it is all, your machinima are extremely unique because you're definitely showcasing the game's, like what the game is doing, what you can do in the game. All those terms are doable, different from the narrative. However, now that you have done the Spirit Breaker 2, there's nothing stopping you to delve a little bit into narrative. Maybe have you considered like maybe changing direction a little bit?
I mean, that's kind of where Spirit Breaker 2 was sort of pivoting as I started to introduce more dialogue, and I had so much anxiety about doing that because I was like, who's gonna want to listen to all this? Granted, I think still the way it's presented obviously is very quick. I don't do too much expose of things, and I kind of expect the audience to sort of take each scene and sort of understand the time between these scenes and sort of like, oh yeah, they must have moved here, XYZ. Like, you don't need to hear all of it. I try to keep it moving as fast as possible. But there were moments where I'm like, oh, should I just cut out all this dialogue? Do people only want to see explosions and it almost go with the Michael Bay thing and just make everything just blockbuster-ish, which it still is, I think, to a certain extent. But yeah, it's starting to shift that way. Like even between the Starlancer video and the Redeemer video, I started squeezing tiny bit of like foreshadowing in the Redeemer video, where the Starlancer video was pretty much like didn't tell you too much. But the Redeemer video kind of set up that little tiny conversation, kind of pushes. If you pay attention, it'll make more sense on the third one, but like it's sort of part of this overarching plot, you know, even with the ship sale videos.
If anything, your videos kind of remind me of Guy Ritchie kind of style.
I've heard that.
Because you are introducing multiple characters, and even if their roles are very, very short, they all have very, very well-defined personalities, which doesn't show in exposition or by dialogue development, but it actually shows just the way they speak and talk, and even their little bit of dialogue kind of lets the viewer imagine what their story is. That's Guy Ritchie. Like, his movie will have 70, 80 characters. Some of them will have 2 scenes in the movie, but they all have very well-defined presence. There's the only machinima that comes to my mind who does it really well, but they have more narrative focus. I think you know what I'm going to say now. Adrift, the machinima series. I'm a big fan. On the other hand, when Violander does a machinima, his machinima is purely action focused, very few dialogues if here and there. He's got all the set pieces very well crafted and genius the way he does it. And you are coming in the middle pretty much from my thinking, and it's such a beautiful balance. I don't think the community has really seen quality machinima until like you started making it, until Violander started making it, and Adrift definitely that's definitely very beautifully done.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you can pay me now for all the praise. No worries at all. Send me money. Send me PayPal.
Sure. Yeah, give me an invoice.
Yeah. Okay. So,
but someone asked in chat, did you nearly give up with landing the pickup in the Polaris?
Yes, Sim. I was going to ask you. That's
many times I was like, this isn't gonna work. This is stupid. This is stupid. I'm sorry I brought all of you here. This is stupid. I was like, this is never gonna work. And then we just kept trying, and we kept. There was one night we weren't even recording, and I went out with one other person, and I was just like, okay, well, what if we do this? And then suddenly it just clicked, and I was like, oh, this is it. This was the little piece we were missing, and it was like this one extra little moment we had, because we had it down to how fast does the Seawind need to go, what time do we need to release it, how high do I have to be above the ice. So we had it down to such a specific calculation, and there was just one little part that was adding to the inconsistency, and it was like this very last minute boost,
what was it?
Required the coordination. It was so basically, I knew I had to go. I have it written down in a document somewhere. It's very funny. I was like, there's so much useless knowledge. If someone ever found this, they'd be like, why is this written down? Yeah, and it's like, what are these all arbitrary numbers for the most ridiculous specific knowledge ever? But it came down to when we would get to a certain distance away from the Polaris, I would tell the CSV driver to start backing out. As soon as their wheels hit the back ramp, basically changing the physical grid from being on the cargo grid to being in the world physics, is we figured out the point was when the CSV was halfway out the C1. What would happen was the CSV would inherit the velocity and just stick to the ramp. And that's why we had so many fails, is because it would just sit there and bounce sometimes it would just explode. So it was at that very moment they would call wheels to let me know the wheels are halfway out, and I would boost forward to pull the C1 away. And after that, we got so many consistent launches to the point that every time we ran it, we were getting it on the ramp every time.
Okay, that's very interesting. Why did you not share this like in your behind the scenes? That's very cool information, man. I'm sure CIG would have appreciated, like, okay, so this is how our game works.
Because, well, I did tell one of the devs how I did it, but sometimes, a chef doesn't reveal his secrets, so.
Come on. Not that line again. Come on. No, but that is very cool. The lengths you need to go to create something like that. You have really cool characters, and then you have very cool stunts. All practical effects like Mad Max Fury Road. Very cool. That's very, very admirable. Sim, who asked the previous question, he's asked that he says that he could just use a tractor beam to fling it, but yeah, you were quite committed.
So it's funny. We did do it because there was a point, because I was like, okay, we'll edit it together, we'll get a good release from the exterior shot, and we'll show the interior shot of it going through. And I was like, maybe we just cheated a little bit. And we tried a dozen different ways to sort of do a little bit of that movie magic, where we actually turned the Polaris on its side and just tried to drop the CSV straight in, because from the camera's perspective, you wouldn't know the difference. And in the beginning of the BTS video, all those tries I put in the beginning where you see it fumbling is from us doing that. Funny enough, the best take we got was when we did it for real. So the one where it did finally land wheels down was like a legitimate shot, which was very difficult to pull off. And obviously there's a little bit of luck involved, because trying to get it wheels down is the hardest part.
But even I think that also enhances your game knowledge. And it also will probably definitely helps you with the different gameplay mechanics or different parts of the game. There's so many different gameplay loops. Some of them are broken, some of them are working. But you're enjoying Star Citizen on a very different level, my friend.
Well, yeah, I mean, again, it speaks to the sandbox nature, and obviously playing since 2019, that's what we've always had. I mean, all this narrative stuff is great too that they've done with the ASD facility. That's all great too. But to me, that's the fun we've had is sort of everything in between, everything that the game doesn't tell you to do, but you can do.
Yes. Surprisingly, they haven't made a monster like making this game, and who knows where's this gonna go. Yes, as Sim said, you mad lad. Okay, now, what is your favorite ship? Ship, easily, only one. Yeah.
This might surprise you. The Spirit.
Oh wow, the C1. Wow. Okay. Why? What's so particular about it? Why do you like it so much?
I've always loved the design of it, and I feel like I always obviously I'm always infatuated with the new ships. They're shiny, they're new. I think the team gets better and better at making ships. As they all progress and they all sort of find the style that works for all the manufacturers. But for some reason, every time I look at the Spirit, I'm like, wow, this ship is still gorgeous to me. I love flying it. I wish the interior kind of had a little bit more unique setup to it. But granted, I love that it's just this big kind of fly swatter in the sky, because it's very wide, obviously.
Yeah. It has the landing gear is just weird on the C1. It's very tough.
I don't mind it. I think it's more accommodating than like the Corsair landing gear. That one, it's if it's not flat ground, you're not landing anywhere.
Let's not even talk about Drakes. So they explode on my streams all the time. Yeah. So, but I do love the C1 mood lighting. This was one ship I really dug into because I know why you like C1. I just remembered because I think you saw Top Hanger episode 1. That's why you like C1.
Of course. But okay. I love the silhouette. I love the engines. I love sort of the front of it, the nose of it, almost like this 90s, 80s aesthetic, because it's very boxy, and I always love. Like I have an old BMW M3, and it's a very boxy car.
Would you think it's a BMW M3 if it was a car? Would you think C1 would be BMW M3?
Oh no, not particularly. I just know I certainly have a thing for like the more boxier of older cars.
Which brand would it be though?
Crusader in general?
Or C1?
Like the equivalent like car manufacturers we have today?
I wouldn't say the whole Crusader, because Crusader has very different designs. Like the C2 is very curvaceous and completely different design language. But C1 particularly, which car company would be that?
That's a good question. I mean, I guess you could, again, because the front does remind me of older BMWs. But I feel like that wouldn't be a good answer.
I think, now that I've asked this question, I think of C1 as a car, actually. One particular car, but I'll let you answer first.
I was going to say Toyota too, especially Toyotas from like the 80s.
Yeah, I was going to
kind of agree with that.
Yeah, I was going to call it. C1 is exactly like the tofu car, the A86. It's very much like it. It's very much that. I think I will not be able to unsee it now, just after having this conversation. The tofu car A86, it is very C1. I mean, if you had a little bit of, even C1's rear bottom is black. Like, it's just uncanny how it is. I'm looking at it right now. I agree. Yeah, not Toyota as a whole, but the A86 100%. And so,
Right.
is that also your daily driver?
At the moment, not. You know, it's funny. My daily driver often becomes a Redeemer because it's got the crossfield in it. So if I'm trying to go long distance, I just hop on a Redeemer.
I do exactly the same. Same for me.
But yeah, I also love flying the Wolf around. That's a fun ship.
Because you won it. Come on,
yeah.
say
I mean, I have two of them because I bought it and then I got the giveaway.
Okay.
So I'll probably turn one into the L22 now.
Yeah, it was very cool though. During SitCon Direct, we both won. Man, that was so cool.
Yeah, that was cool. Very nice.
Now, I ask this to each of my guests as well. What you are, of course, into ships. You love cinematics. You're definitely a person. You're definitely an artist. What is your favorite car?
But I guess I already mentioned it. It pretty much is an old E36 M3.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely,
You're just gonna stick to it.
Adore that. Oh yeah.
So, and which car do you drive then?
Funny enough, not that one. Not that much. Because like I'm trying to preserve it. Because it's only got like 100,000 miles on it, which it's a lot for a BMW. But you know, people always say like, oh, that car must be like such a problem car.
Yeah.
And it really is not. I've had one or two annoying issues with it. The car I drive daily is I actually have an FJ Cruiser.
Oh.
So very, very goofy Toyota.
It is a beautiful Toyota, and I remember we talked about it. I love the FJ Cruiser. Oh, it is such a beautiful car.
Quirky car.
Vehicle, four-wheel drive. I mean, you know how expensive they are now, that they got discontinued a number of years ago, and they are so bloody expensive in Australia right now. Like, oh man. But beautiful choice. I absolutely adore both your car choices. What would be your dream car though? Like if money was no objection, right? Imagine Chris Roberts has given you whatever you ask for.
It's funny because this is such a quirky pick, but whenever someone asks me this, and I can never remember the model, but it's the old Datsun.
Son of a Datsun. The Nissan, the old one. Yeah, okay.
I think the 240Z is what I'm thinking.
Oh, yeah. The Fair Lady. Oh no, this is the the iconic. There are a number of cars which look like this. The E-Type, the 2000. There's the Toyota. What is the Toyota one? A number of different cars with a long nose, right? Yep, beautiful cars. Yeah, I see it. Very cool. The Z car. I have a book. I'll show it to you. I'll put it in the stream. I have a book which talks about the whole Z legacy of Datsun and Nissan. The complete design. Who were the designers, how they were, and pretty much all their promotional material, all their concept designs. I have the whole thing, and I got it for like $2 from a garage sale. Such an amazing book, that one. Yeah, it's very, very cool.
Honestly, I can't complain about the car lineup I have. I mean, my wife has her dad gave it to us, a 1969 Chevelle. Like pretty good on cars. Dude. And that car is so cool to drive.
The old muscles, yeah, they were just pure love. Yeah, very glad to have this car discussion. Let's move on. Let's go back to Star Citizen. Yeah. Okay. Is there?
Sure.
Yeah. Let's go back. Now let's talk about the machinima process a little bit, because we have covered Star Citizen. We've done some light conversation. Shooting machinima. What are the things which people do not even understand, that this 5-minute shot, how much effort actually went into it? Things they don't even think about.
Yeah, so one really specific one that always sticks out is there's a scene in the cave where Spectre stabs my arm with a detox / med pen. And seemingly normal, very quick interaction. You don't think much about it when you play the game, because if you're just healing a buddy or something, boom, you're done. Not a big deal, right? Well, the annoying part is in the machinima section, because I do like to make things look pretty cleaned up, is every time I got hit with the med pen, it would send my character flying like 10 meters. And it's amazing how many times we had to do that shot until like I got one where it didn't quite look like that. It still happened and I had to edit around it, but I needed like one where it was like the minimal amount of physics interaction. I think the funny thing about bugs is like, you think the most annoying part would be, you know, again, like the stunt with the CSV, but I'm walking into that one knowing what I'm gonna do. It's like, because I know that it's gonna be an absurd process. It's not gonna go well. I'm gonna have explosions. We're gonna like, things are gonna go wrong. But it's those little ones that catch you by surprise, where you're like, yeah, this will just be easy. I just need a shot at getting stabbed by the med pen. And what do you know? Like an hour. It took me an hour to do that shot. It's like, that's so so stupid. It's the more surprising ones that get you. Or, for example, the other character, Stonewall, we found out that because we were switching outfits a lot between scenes, you know, sometimes I would wear it because I would need the camera angle. Sometimes I would have someone else wear it. And if you grabbed that helmet, the one with the mohawk, the wrong way, you ripped the mohawk off.
What?
And you could not put it back on. So at some point, I got so frustrated with that, I had somebody go buy like 50 of them, and I had a box of 50 because I was like, if it happens, like it took too much time to go and get another one.
Oh boy. Yeah, and you have so many characters. I can't imagine you have your own costume department.
For the most part, I usually do. I'll like come up with an idea and then I'll pass it off to Rocket. I was like, oh, what do you think of this? And I'll kind of get feedback, and sometimes I'll send them off. I'll kind of give them a description of like personality wise and try to get them to match that, because I think it's sort of that caricature of things I like to do, is to sort of exaggerate characters based on how they look and how their personalities match. And that's kind of fun for me. So yeah, it does become a whole process where I'll spend, you know, a week sometimes just trying to figure out what looks good. Sometimes I can't buy the stuff, so I got to go out and find it, loot it, you know, get enough sets that if we lose it, which happens a lot, it can be replaced.
Now that's I have something very cool to say to you, but before I do that, I know that at my org, Southern Cross Alliance, they're actually doing a watch party of this stream in the Discord. Like they're doing that. Thank you so much, Echo, and everybody. I know Grip came from there, Chip came from there, and whoever is there, guys, hello. The getup that you have for your own character, Fatbird, right? Now that you have done this many videos, like 4 videos in like that getup with that character, and now you are successful. Now you're up there. Would you change your costume or your look?
Yes, obviously I've already changed it once. But what has stayed is, I think the dust up helmet will always be sort of the
which
icon,
is,
and that's how
which is your identity now. But would you?
Yeah.
If you could go back,
I would change the outfit around it, but the dust up helmet I would not change. I think I'm pretty happy. I think it's, and what I love about that helmet is it can be so expressive at times, and this is something I've learned doing it from certain camera angles. If I tilt my head up, the dust up helmet doesn't look as menacing. If I tilt my head down more, and with the right camera angle, it looks a little angrier. And you see that example. I sort of do that silly thing in the first Spirit Breaker, where when I switch from the desert one to the black one, I sort of tilt my head down into sort of that like more aggressive way. And I don't know. It's always been a very cool and very expressive helmet.
That's a rock thing, man. That's a rock thing. Like you bend down, you do your eyebrows. What's the rocks cooking? So it's that evil feel. Oh, Kalani is here. Hey, Kalani, how are you? Hold on, I gotta introduce Kalani properly. Kalani is the person who introduced me to Fatbird. Kalani is another really amazing machinima maker. Again, another creator who started at the same time that I did. He's in the chat. And also, I'm not gonna remove this from the YouTube because Kalani, I really like hanging out with Kalani. And I miss talking to you, mate. He was the voice of the captain in how to defog your windows in the Connie. I was thinking about that 3 days ago. I was like, oh my god, why I didn't do any episode of that after that. But then again, my YouTube died, so here it is. Oh, thanks for the sub. Thank you so much, Kalani. Yes. Is there anything you want to show? Because we are reaching the pretty much the lap time. The lap.
I did have that old clip of like the first. I mean, it's kind of whatever. It doesn't matter. You can only see a very small portion of Levski. I wish I actually had the.
I think that'll be very cool to see. But where's the beginning of Fatbird's cinematic adventures? To be honest, I think I would like to see that very much.
So that was a recording done in 2019, and it was just literally the first time I discovered you could use a cinematic camera. And I had just put those clips together to show another friend, like, oh yeah, look at this game. This is what you can do with the camera. The potential. But yeah, there was no audio in it. It was just me walking. And I think the interesting thing there is you can see in the end, 2 of those shots I think were done in Levski, the original Levski. It's unfortunately it doesn't show much of it, but you can see the weapon shot behind, so you can see sort of the same designs of the Grand Barter there, and how it sort of has evolved to what we have now today. And those who remember Levski certainly very reminiscent to go back there, and those who never got to experience Levski get to see it now in a much more enhanced form, which is very cool. Which I just put that clip up on Twitter as well. Of doing the flyover of the main sort of section of Levski.
Don't you wish you capture more footage of Levski back then?
I do. I would have to go because I'm pretty sure I have footage of Delamar itself.
Oh wow!
Which at the time was a very weird looking. It wasn't really an asteroid at the time. It was like a weird little tiny spiky planet.
I wasn't there when the Levski was there. So I started playing in 2018, so I missed Levski just by a margin. For me, it was Port Olisar. Okay, now every single episode has a little bit of a section where my son makes a Lego from Star Citizen, and he made something. This he made last year, but this is very special because you are here today. Do you want to guess what Lego he has made from Star Citizen?
So if I had to guess, maybe it's a ship that I had used in one of the videos.
Yeah, go ahead.
That's my best guess.
Go ahead.
I want to say maybe the Spirit, but I feel like maybe also the Intrepid.
Well, you are close. It's a ground vehicle.
Oh, okay. STV?
Yes, it's the STV. So let's have a look.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, let's look what Summer did. Here we go.
Hello citizens, today's Lego build is a Graycat STV with an employee on the side with an S71 rifle. I made today's Lego build because I felt like ground vehicles weren't getting enough attention, so I felt like we should give them a chance. And the STV has been a standout. It's been performing really well in speed tests and everything, and I felt like I should make it. There are a few things that I'd like to point out. One of them is that the A-pillar at the front of the vehicle is it's hanging there. It's detachable. And the back where the wheel is, that's detachable as well. Because the STV is so curvaceous, it was really hard to get the scale right. Because I wanted to make it on minifig scale, all the curves couldn't come in, so as you can see it's quite blocky like Lego. The rear part of the vehicle opens up as storage space. You can store small things, dead bodies, Just saying. Thank you for watching, citizens. Have a good weekend. 07.
So it wasn't as good as your STV?
No, that's amazing. That's awesome. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, I was very happy that I already had this video. And
I like the mention of the A-pillar
yeah,
being
just hanging there.
kind of floating, which is, I was like, oh yeah, I guess that's true. It wouldn't be very protective in a rollover. But maybe it would, I don't know.
I mean, it does protect you in the game, but yeah, it's not really the real physics. Yeah. Okay, so shall we go into the game now and do our lap?
Sure.
We're gonna go into the game and do a cold lap around our very secret racetrack. Every content creator who comes here, they get 3 chances to do the lap around this track, which we have leased from Mr. Hurston, and we pay him quite heavily for it. So we really hope that our content creators and our guests do their best to get a really good lap time. If they crash, it's more entertainment. But let's see what we can get from Fatbird today.
Yeah. All right. Ready? Hit next. Oh boy.
Yeah, that happens. I'll let you go and reset.
Okay. Here we go.
Yep. And resetting the camera. This is one of those things that I need to do every single time. So we missed the start of the race, but we will catch Fatbird as he just went under the space quarter crane, the quarter crane. I hope that you're enjoying the rain today. How is the visibility?
It's awful, but everything is glowy enough to see the track.
And here comes the Juggernaut Junction. And through our sponsored corner, med pen. If you're flying in Aurora, you definitely should carry extra med pen. At the edge of the track, coming to the long stretch where you need to use your boost. And let's see if you can shake the drums. And through the drums, not very fast. I can see Fatbird is very much concentrating. Maybe we should have given him a C1 to fly. Maybe you would have gone faster in that, but it is the Aurora. So here we go. Incidentally, C1 was the first ship we flew through this track for our top hanger episodes. Remember, you gotta go right here. Yes. This lap. Oh, that's a beautiful spin and an explosion.
So this turn is actually the one that gets me. I always overshoot this thinking I'm supposed to go the other direction.
Yeah. That happens with Yannick went the wrong way.
I know. I practice this so much. I think I got like a 155 was my best time.
Oh, wow. Okay. Not bad. But you got to deliver it today. But you still have one more lap to go. You have one more lap to go. And that's a lap. Let's come to the main screen. And here we are on the lap board. So I know it was raining for you and you just showed me what it looked like. And just for the audience, I will put that image here, what it looks like for you. And my God, that was very wet out there. Just like in the real show it used to happen. How did you do this? Wow, without a wiper?
Yeah, it's crazy. In 2955, we really gotta work to see through rain. Maybe in 2956 we'll invent windshield wipers for our ships.
Maybe 2958.
Yeah.
It's not really on their priority. They don't. I don't think anybody cares about this show. So it is what it is. Also, another shout out to my amazing sponsors, the Crew Life Med Pen. It's Cure Life Med Pen. Once again, shout out to my amazing sponsors, Cure Life Med Pen, now in extra bright red with 20% more blood. But if you use my referral, hashtag Who's Lens Nation anyway, they won't give you that. They really care about me. Yes, Echo did a lap, but that's a different lap board. The racers have their own lap board. Echobit and Splen. And Splen just destroyed it. And I'm pretty sure it was raining for him as well. Oh, awesome. I'm very happy the ACH is with us. So you just saw Splend's time on this, and he did practice. No, he didn't practice before coming here, but he only had 3 chances. Now, Fat, where do you think you've come?
Either 3rd or 4th, I feel like.
Okay.
I feel like
Wow.
either between Yannick and Space Coder or between Space Coder and Mr. Kraken. Best runs I've done in practice. I remember the time I got. I think the fastest I got was 151, and I felt like that second lap wasn't as good as that, but not too far off. Even with that wide turn, that was kind of the one mistake I couldn't correct quite yet. So I feel like besides that, everything else I did kind of similar to how I did it in the practice.
What do we think, chat? Yeah, Jacodin will be next. Yes, Jacodin will be my next guest. So what do we think, chat? Or shall I announce the time? Let's do it. So what I'll do is I'll just put the time here at the bottom, and wherever you come, we'll move it up, okay?
Okay.
Okay, here we go. Let's see. Okay, you did the lap in 1 minute. So you're definitely 3rd. 50, 5, 6, 5, 4. Congratulations.
I was guessing 158, but that's nice. Okay.
No, you did it 155. That was a very, very cool time, actually. Very surprised. Yeah, you have definitely. So if we look at the names, you have beaten. You're 3rd. Fat. So how do you go?
I'll take that.
You go Fat _ bird?
Yes.
Yes. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I hope the whole chat is clapping. Oh,
Not bad for
there
2
you go.
hours of sleep in the dark rain.
Wow. Let's come back to the main screen. Okay. Now we shall say goodbyes, bring the episode to a close. But of course, before we do that, I have one last question for Fat. Fat, you came here. Thanks for jumping in and having a beautiful conversation with us. We will do our proper thank you. But is there anybody that you would love to see on this show?
You know who would be fun? I think you get Kiyosa on here.
Oh yeah, I really wanted Kiyosa. Because he's the low flyer. Yes, from the very beginning.
Yeah.
I think I wanted Kiyosa here. Yes, because he's a low flyer. Absolutely. I mean, I eventually want to get Terada here as well, but who knows if that'll be possible. But having Kiyosa will be a lot of fun. Okay, I'll try my best to get Kiyosa. See where that goes. And he's absolute fun to talk to.
He's a blast.
I will get Turnkey. Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
And can't stop. The giveaway has stopped, so no more entries. I'm gonna pick all the entries. All right, I'm gonna bring the wheel here so this all happens live. Okay, this spin is for the jacket, the Prestige Misk jacket, racing jacket, and this has been given to me by Wayne DC, who a lot of you know from Southern Cross Alliance. Thank you very much, Wayne. Let's go. Let's see who gets it. All right. Looks like Sim or Ubu or Grip. Oh, Grip got it. I love it. I love it. Grip. He's not here, but I'll let Grip know. Okay, now we will say goodbye to Fat. And before I go, again, I will make an appeal to all the 20 people or 40 people who will watch this video on YouTube. Along with the informational content that you watch in Star Citizen, do watch Machinima. Maybe once a week. It just helps the Machinima creators quite a lot. A lot of effort goes into it. Very, very long hours that go into it. And we will appreciate some love. Thank you so much. I don't know when I'm going to create something new because I am just tired of my YouTube be dead. So that's 15 times I've said it today. Fat, really nice.
If I could add if I could add one thing, if you want to watch machinima videos, and this goes for any creator you like, the best way to watch it is either A, you can start by just going to their page and subscribing to them. Don't watch a video from there. Go back to YouTube, wait for it to show up on your For You page, wait for it to show up somewhere, and click it, because that does so much more for the algorithm. If it sees that you're interested from seeing it from your For You page, obviously if you just want to watch it now and you search and you go straight to the video, that's fine. I'm not gonna stop you from doing that. But if you see it come up, if you see it on your page, you're not doing anything, click it on your For You page, click it on your sidebar, recommend a video, because that always does positive things for algorithm.
Okay, that's a very cool tip. Maybe working the algorithm, but we need every single edge that we can have, because simply
Kalani's comment.
Yeah, good brain rot engineers.
I learned everything from Kalani, by the way.
Kalani was the first person that I got really deep into my YouTube, looking at all the analytics and what's going on, why this, why that, why not. So yeah, and Kalani, hey, nice that you're still here, mate. Yeah. I used to
send Kalani these stressed out, like, why, what's happening to expressions. Now I still send Kalani stuff where I'm like, oh, look at this curious little plump. Interesting. I changed one word. It's become an experiment.
No, Kalani was pretty awesome, but I don't think he could figure it out, and I really don't know it's just a conundrum, and we leave it at that. Such a sucker for the whitey algo. Yeah, man. That's exactly what he said. When Kalani was like, I love stats. I was like, okay. Yeah, it's been working very mysteriously and not working at all in my case. Okay, now going on, because that's the favorite thing for Kalani to comment on my videos. This one should better get good views or something. He always says that. That's what his comments are. Okay. Hey, Fat, that was really, really cool, man. I really wish we were in the same city and we got to do something together in real life, because I think we are very same wavelength. And thanks for coming. Thank you. Really, really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me. I'll have to come to Australia one day. I do have a few friends there, so I'll have to turn it into a thing.
Yeah, coming to Australia and coming to Perth are two different things. We'll see how we go about that. We'll see.
That's true.
We are very isolated as well, the most isolated metro city. Okay, now we will wrap this up. This was a lot of fun. We had Fatbird, and thanks for watching this episode. And fly safe. Now that's what something Fatbird says. I will simply say, put some stripes on your ship and go very, very fast. 07. You would love to see on this show.
You know who would be fun? I think you get Kiyosa on here.
Oh yeah, I really wanted Kiyosa. Because he's the low flyer. Yes, from the very beginning.
Yeah.
I think I wanted Kiyosa here. Yes, because he's a low flyer. Absolutely. I mean, I eventually want to get Terada here as well, but who knows if that'll be possible. But having Kiyosa will be a lot of fun. Okay, I'll try my best to get Kiyosa. See where that goes. And he's absolute fun to talk to.
He's a blast.
I will get Turnkey. Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
And can't stop. The giveaway has stopped, so no more entries. I'm gonna pick all the entries. All right. I'm gonna bring the wheel here so this all happens live. Okay, this spin is for the jacket, the Prestige Misc jacket, racing jacket, and this has been given to me by Wayne DC, who a lot of you know from Southern Cross Alliance. Thank you very much, Wayne. Let's go. Let's see who gets it. All right. Looks like Sim or Ubu or Grip. Oh, Grip got it. I love it. I love it. Grip. He's not here, but I'll let Grip know. Okay, now we will say goodbye to Fat. And before I go, again, I will make an appeal to all the 20 people or 40 people who will watch this video on YouTube. Along with the informational content that you watch in Star Citizen, do watch Machinima. Maybe once a week. it just helps the machinima creators quite a lot of effort goes into it, very, very long hours that go into it, and we will appreciate some love. Thank you so much. I don't know when I'm gonna create something new because I am just tired of my YouTube being dead. So that's 15 times I've said it today. Fat, really nice.
If I could add one thing, if you want to watch machinima videos, and this goes for any creator you like, the best way to watch it is either A, you can start by just going to their page and subscribing to them. Don't watch a video from there. Go back to YouTube, wait for it to show up on your For You page, wait for it to show up somewhere, and click it, because that does so much more for the algorithm. If it sees that you're interested from seeing it from your For You page, obviously if you just want to watch it now and you search and you go straight to the video, that's fine. I'm not gonna stop you from doing that. But if you see it come up, if you see it on your page, you're not doing anything, click it on your For You page, click it on your sidebar, recommend a video, because that always does positive things for algorithm.
Okay, that's a very cool tip. Maybe working the algorithm, but we need every single edge that we can have, because simply
Kalani's comment.
Yeah, good brain rot engineers.
I learned everything from Kalani, by the way.
Kalani was the first person that I got really deep into my YouTube, looking at all the analytics and what's going on, why this, why that, why not. So yeah, and Kalani, hey, nice that you're still here, mate. Yeah. I used to send Kalani these stressed out, like, why, what's happening to impressions. Now I still send Kalani stuff where I'm like, oh, look at this curious little plump. Interesting. I changed one word. It's become an experiment. No, Kalani was pretty awesome, but I don't think he could figure it out, and I really don't know it's just a conundrum, and we leave it at that. Such a sucker for the white algo. Yeah, man. That's exactly what he said. When Kalani was like, I love stats. I was like, okay. Yeah, it's been working very mysteriously and not working at all in my case. All right, now going on, because that's the favorite thing for Kalani to comment on my videos. This one should better get good views or something. He always says that. That's what his comments are. Okay. Hey, Fat, that was really, really cool, man. I really wish we were in the same city and we got to do something together in real life, because I think we are very same wavelength. And thanks for coming. Thank you. Really, really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me. I'll have to come to Australia one day. I do have a few friends there, so I'll have to turn it into a thing.
Yeah, coming to Australia and coming to Perth are two different things. We'll see how we go about that. We'll see.
That's true.
We are very isolated as well, the most isolated metro city. Okay, now we will wrap this up. This was a lot of fun. We had Fatbird, and thanks for watching this episode. And fly safe. Now that's what something Fatbird says. I will simply say put some stripes on your ship and go very, very fast. 07.